love what you do because I think you can be the best at what you do. I think that to be the best that you can be and to be the most disruptive, again, for new thinking, you really want to enjoy what you do during the day. That to me is what it's about. It's been about my drive and my passion for what I do. And I'm fortunate. I'm one of those folks that really loves what I do for a living. My name is Paul Sturman. I'm the President and General Manager of Phizer Consumer Healthcare. The brands that I manage, these iconic brands that have been around for 25 to 100 years, great people came before us to do some great things, and there will be people after me that work on these brands. And so my job is to put them in a better place than they were from the day that I got them.
Rabiu Isa lost his daughter Maryam. Ado Husseini lost his son Jabiru. Hawa Umar on her part lost her son Aminu Umar. And Usman Garba also lost a son, Tukur Usman Garba. These are the first 4 confirmed participants of the 1996 Phizer Proven clinical trial.
I honestly never envisioned myself doing a job as large as I do today. I'm a regular guy. I grew up on Long Island. I'm a hockey fan. I'm a father. My background in business is largely marketing. My dad had been in graphic design, and although he was very careful never to push his career path on me.
In the claimant form we filled, they stated clearly that only when we undergo a DNA test, they will pay the compensation.
Yeah, I think what got me jazzed about marketing early on is that it's a constant quest for attention on a product or a service with a consumer. Even if you have 50% of the market in terms of market share, there's another 50% of people that have said to you, no, I'm not interested. I'd rather go elsewhere. To me, that's the perpetual chase. It's how do you win their minds and hearts more often. We could do something with one of our brands within 6 months. I can see 50 million consumers changing their behavior and doing something different. That's really cool stuff.
They were given a warning letter, which is the most serious thing the FDA can do. They ignored that. This is true of all these drugs that are involved in this settlement, whether it be Geodon, which is an antipsychotic, which was illegally marketed, criminally marketed, Zyvox, Lyrica, and Bextra. So that means the consumer, with our healthcare costs, and this is one of the major reasons our healthcare costs have gone skyrocketing.
So who's the they? Is it the same as our core target, or are we looking to expand a bit here? I think when you're trying to create a collaborative and an innovative environment, leading by example perhaps is the most important thing that I can do. I would describe my management style as inclusive, as authentic, results-oriented, holding people accountable.
I'm honored to stand here today with dedicated colleagues from within the Department of Justice as well as beyond it to announce a historic settlement with Phizer Incorporated. In a combination civil and criminal settlement, Phizer has agreed to pay $2.3 billion, the largest healthcare fraud settlement in the history of the Department of Justice.
Yet humble. I do believe that business is quick today, so your success on a Monday doesn't necessarily require a success on a Wednesday. We have to be nimble and we have to be agile.
Home, survivors like Shamsu, who was crippled, and their families feel the DNA test is designed to deny them of the compensation money. Many say they've already provided Phizer with documents proving their children were part of the trial.
And I encourage people to be who they are, because I think we get the best out of people when they are being true to themselves.
Phizer, which denies all wrongdoing, even though it's agreed to pay out $75 million, says the DNA test is designed to guard against fraudulent claims.
As we're talking, we have we've collected samples from 547 people, and only 200 people participated in the study. So what do we do?
So remind me of the insights. What was the genesis of the project? The single best advice I've ever received is don't speak so fast. Listen, digest, and think about what you're going to say before you say it.
It says is that they have made a decision that money in their pockets is more important than public health.
I think a good leader needs to be a good listener. I think a good leader needs to be humble. I think a good leader needs to be reflective, really get to understand themselves, be willing to reinvent themselves. We're in a very rapidly changing world, so people's expectations are different, the market's expectations are different, and I think people should expect differently of themselves. I want to be successful in whatever I do. and therefore I'm willing to take people's points of views and advice on how to do things different.
So can I say, so perceptually you get the green apple and the caramel, but as it plays out.
And my only piece of advice, and I only can say this in hindsight because it kind of worked out for me, just accumulate experiences because it makes you bigger, it makes you better, it makes you more agile, and you will fall in love with something to do for a living. I'm convinced of that.
Well, I think the beauty of this is the marriage between the American Angus Association and Phizer's.